Good evening, viewers, and welcome back to another episode of Career Chronicles, where, of course, we provide you with expert advice from industry trailblazers and profile local figures that are making an impact. My name is Elliot Ipinge, and stay tuned for the first segment of the show. Good evening, viewers. Welcome back. For today's expert advice segment, I am joined by Mr. Pinya Shikolo, famously known as Zulu Boy. Thank you so much for joining us today, Zulu Boy.
Thank you so much for having me, Elliot. I hope today our conversation is quite gonna be impactful, and I'm just here to share my story.
Yeah. So basically, our Zulu Boy here is just here to share some insights on what it takes really to balance creative expression and entrepreneur aspirations. So just to get started, Zulu Boy, I just want to know from you, what inspired you really to pursue a career as a creative, all-round creative, so to say?
Well, coming from the northern part of Namibia. Of course, it was a challenge, because people have a different perspective of what is art. Why are you studying arts? And I was fortunate. Then I did my course at UNAM. I did visual arts at UNAM, graduated, and I was fortunate enough to understand the vision behind visual arts. Then from there, as growing up, I was inspired by music. I was inspired by art. I was inspired by movement. I used to play as a child. I used to play these traditional dances in a group. So growing up, I think also my culture, my culture, and also my home. I come from a house where they are very artistic people. So I think through those inspiration, those little inspirations, and listening to music, I think it gave me a boost. And then that's how I started as a young child. I loved drawing as a kid, and of course my parents didn't understand what this guy is doing. And then growing up, then I saw, oh, this is quite interesting. It's something that I can look into, and the beauty about what I do is I do it on my own. I'm not forced to do it. So it comes in naturally. And then from there, when creative started, then I started seeing business. I'm like, oh, this thing can really make money. I can really survive on it. And that's how I started becoming a businessman. It was not easy, but we got there, and through many journeys, through speaking to people, through the back and forth in life, and I saw that this is an opportunity for me to become a businessman.
Okay. Just to touch on your business aspirations. You are, of course, famously known as Zulu Boy, the creative. But you have also really brought out this entrepreneurial side with your Guerry Vintage brand, your Razul champagne, and your studio. So how did all this come about, and how was this journey into really penetrating this market?
Everything that I do is passion. I've been in the music industry for I'm a NAMA winning artist.
Just to put it out
there in context. So it started with music. When it started with music, I had to learn how to do the things in a hard way, because with music, you need to understand how music works. You need to sell. And as I'm saying, I'm coming from a house of a business. My parents at home, I used to, actually as a young child, I used to sell mangoes. I used to sell mangoes in the street. So learning all those techniques, I came to understand easy. Then studying now with my own brands, now with the Guerry Vintage collection, with the socks. Everything that I do is something that I love. I started wearing socks, colorful socks. They say, oh, there's a niche here. Everybody's having this whole pop culture now. It's on now. Everybody's wearing colorful socks. Something like, why can I not create something that people would love, that will appreciate, and make it as their own? And then we started with our Guerry Vintage collection with our socks. And it went on. We did now the Razul MCC. It's called an MCC. We are not allowed to call it champagne because it's made out of France. If you can only call a product champagne if it's made in a region of France, in that specific. And then it was a conversation on the table with my friends, like, why can't we not create something that is premium, that we could drink and relate to, that is Namibian owned? And that's how it came. We started now our journey with as an alcohol brand. And then I move further. I own a studio now. The aim is also just to show the Namibian child that this is possible.
Yeah.
And when I create this brand, it's not for me to benefit, but for the Namibian child to benefit, because I believe Namibians have the opportunity. As much as we are crying and saying, no, the government is not giving us opportunities, we are creating these opportunities.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's why, and we employ people, so the idea is also just to give back. And how can you employ more people? How can you give them more, wisdom? How can you show the people that, yes, it can be done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in terms of your businesses, Zulu, we know with your alcoholic beverage,
Yes.
kind of penetrating these markets must not be something very easy.
Yeah.
You are competing with multinational companies that are really well established and have good running capital and so forth.
Yes.
So as far as your businesses are concerned, what has been the major challenges that really you were faced to really reach this point?
That's a very beautiful question. The challenges are every day.
Yeah.
Every day you learn.
Yeah, exactly.
As you start, you learn how to do your things. You start, but as I say, I'm grateful that at least I had talents that made my work easier,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to design. Everything I design on my own,
Yeah.
so I don't need to hire a designer.
Okay.
And then it comes to marketing, I did advertising at the university, it comes in. So, and then now I have to hire a salesperson. So the challenges are always there, because hiring people, number one, if you have people that works for you, every day you have to be on the game. You have to make sure that they see that you are leading.
Yes.
Of course, then it comes in capital. All the businesses, of course, I didn't get a loan, but it was just a matter of partnering up with people that have the same vision as me. We put money together. Once we put money together, we made it a reality. So for me, also the biggest chunk of that I invested in is collaboration. So all my products that I've created, I always had collaboration. So collaboration is the biggest thing that I always invest in, because I believe in so much in the relationship, and it helps you to do certain things, and it's easy for you to do certain things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zulu Boy, knowing that you have really been on numerous campaigns, is there perhaps your proudest moment where you really reflect on and be like, okay, this was the starting point, or this is really something you can reflect on and be like, I made an impact?
I think for me, the proudest moment is myself. Before, there's a phrase in Oshuwamba that says, "Witalango mespili." It means, did you look in yourself in the mirror? So every day before I go out of the house, even when I dress up, I need to look at myself in the mirror. Like, is it me? You know? But the proudest moment is I think when I have conversations with people whenever we meet up, and they say, we are proud of you, we see what you are doing, and we appreciate your work. I think that's the most time where I feel like, oh wow, I think I've done change. And for me, as I said, this is not for me, it's for the Namibian child. I want to show a certain young Zulu boy at home right now and say, man, I want to be like that guy. I want to get the inspiration from that guy. So I think the proudest moment is to be alive, actually, just to have done all this. And I can't really say there's a specific moment that I would like to outline, because every moment is special. Every moment has its own way. There's difficulties, and most of the moments they tie with each other. So it comes from, it's like a build-up, and then later on, these challenges, then you overcome, then you're like, yes. So I think every moment in my career so far, and I should say I'm very young. I'm in my early 30s, and for what I have achieved as a young person, I think it means a lot, and I want to do more. I want to do more for the country. I want to do more at a global level. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done. As much as it looks big on our national level, I think there's so much we can impact and export. The world needs to see our brands. The world needs to appreciate our brand. But we are getting there. We are heading there. And I would also like to say thank you to the people that has believed in me so far, to the people that support us. You buy a pair of socks. It means a lot. It means you appreciate my kind of work.
And let's just touch on your creative studio. How do you really, you did mention that this creativity comes sort of from within.
Yes.
But how do you really kind of like mix it up and remain relevant and remain competitive with all these various competitors? What, so to say, what distinguishes your creative studios from others?
I think the most important is consistency. Consistency is a very key element in every development. Just making sure you are focused. A lot of times we like to do things we like to copy.
Yeah.
You see all Zulu boys doing socks, now I also want to do that. So, and then later on there's no originality. So I think for me, I also get inspiration from it, and I also get inspired. But I think the biggest thing is once you get inspired by someone, be your own and be original. Once you're original, it becomes easier to move. Getting in the industry at the beginning, there was a certain way I used to wear.
Yeah.
Now people ask me, why do you wear certain like that? It was the time of the people didn't understand the whole vintage, the vintage look. And it kept on going, it kept on going, it kept on going. I kept on keeping my style that way. And now it became a fashion. But if I could move out of my line, I kind of work, I couldn't get my recognition. So at the end of the day, I kept it consistent and I make sure that I'm focusing on my whatever I'm doing, and also just making sure you focus. Distractions are there, but always focus and always come back to where you are from.
Okay. Yeah. And just for our viewers at home, Zulu, we do really have the youth out there really struggling to find jobs. That's the reality. So we are really happy to have you here on this platform, just to also give them a perspective that you can also go another route and really become successful. What advice would you really have for aspiring creatives to really penetrate the market and really kind of professionalize their brand and identity?
I want to give credit that we are at a very different world right now, where we have so much access to information. Access to information means that you have devices, which could be your YouTube, which could be your Google, which could be your AI. I think what helps me through my journey is, as I said, I used to ask for help. A lot of times as young people, when you want an opportunity or you feel you are scared to ask for help, you must also make sure that you must have the balls to move. If I want to see the president today, I'll see the president today. I don't have the president's number, but I will make a way. So I think at most times we also, as young people, we always expect expect things to be in our favor. So you are expected to be given. But unfortunately, life doesn't happen like that. If you get also an opportunity, make sure you use that opportunity and work hard on that opportunity. For my career, as I started, I used to work for other people, but since I finished my university, there was never a time where I applied for a job. So all my jobs, I got them through referrals. Meaning, when I work on a certain project, I have to put in all. I have to make sure that, yes, I want to do this. Then from there, it becomes a conversation. From there, somebody gives you a call. And right now, somebody can give me a call. No, I'm looking for services. Oh, there's a guy called Zulu. Oh, talk to him. And that's how it happened. So I think we need to understand that the relationship is key. Wherever you go, whatever you do, even if you're at home, your neighbor is key. Because at the end of the day, if you put in work into something, it will definitely come through. Keep applying for jobs. I know it's not easy, but as I said, if you have an interest for doing something, rock up at Namibia Media Holdings and tell them, guys, I want to be a presenter. Every day you knock off, every day people must know, who is this determined person that wants to make it in life? So I think there's no resilience in people, there's no that push, but I'm just urging like every young person out there at home, push. I know it's not easy, and I know it requires financial, but to be where you are, you want to be in life, you need to be a pusher. You need to make sure that, yes, you want to make it in life. Yes, I want A, B, C, and D. And unfortunately, we're in a country right now where, of course, there's not a lot of opportunities, but I mean, if you yourself, if you're a creative at home, start at home already. If you're a painter, start at home. Then you speak to, there are a lot of institutions you can speak to and say, guys, perhaps if you guys don't have a budget, please buy me materials. There are so many ways to approach, but I'm saying we have devices that can help us allow, you can Google, go on Google. The information is there. See how you can put it in practical. If it doesn't work, go around, ask for mentorship. And I think also one of the biggest challenges as young people, we don't allow ourselves to go through mentorship. I went through mentorship through a lot of people, through businessmen. I ask questions, say, so you are a businessman right now, how did you make it here? Stuff like that. 1 or 2 or 3 people will sit down with you and make you understand how things can go.
Okay. Zulu Boy, sorry for putting you on the spot, but what's next for you? Is there perhaps something you're working in the pipeline that you'd like to let us know?
Every day I have something new.
Yeah.
Currently, I'm working on a very sensitive topic right now in the country on GBV. So I have a collaboration with One Economy and also Be Free. So the idea is I want to share my voice also and to this violent killings of the nation, Namibian nation, and it has been happening for long. So now I'm being an activist on making sure that at least our mothers and sisters are safe at home, even our brothers, because at the end of the day, we need to take care of each other. And it's my responsibility as a Namibian young entrepreneur or a brother or a sister, a friend, to take care of my next sibling. So the idea is to break the silence and speak out, and my campaign is don't touch me, I'll report you. You might see in a few weeks, you will see signages around the capital, signages around the country. So the idea is just to end this violence, and also just to, how can we come together as communities and sit down, and what ideas can we come? Because my vision is to at least build safe homes for people one day, at least to build places where people can feel they are safe, and also to bring them opportunities. So for me, it's a safe Namibia. That's my next move, and it's very close to my heart. I've been thinking about this for many years, and I think we as Namibians needs to come together and make an impact and find ways of how can we end this GBV causes every day.
Unfortunately, that concludes us to our interview, Zulu Boy. Thank you so much for sharing this platform for us and really also giving us these vital insights for our viewers.
No, thank you so much for having me.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Phineas Shikolo, famously known as Zulu Boy, here joining us today to give us vital insights on what it takes really to balance creative expression with our business aspirations. Stay tuned for the next segment of the show. joined here by Mme Maria, who's the owner of Mary Upholstery. Mme Maria, can you just give us a brief background of your business, when it was established, and how did you come up with this idea?
Maria Upholstery was established in 2017. Basic in surf industry, Nesmith Street. And then I came up with the idea because I was working somewhere that people, they're also doing canvases. Then I also decided to start my own business. I employ 25 people as we are talking now.
Okay.
Yes.
And in terms of your services, what exactly do you offer?
We offer, we do upholstery, we do camping equipment like traveling bags, talk bag, and meat bags, and then we do seat covers, especially if your car is not passing through notice, and if you want to sell your car, then we also do upholstery on the seat covers, and we do a lot of things. We also do lodges, we do panels for lodges, we do game view, we do a lot.
Okay.
Yes.
And are you only
and we do also outdoor furnitures, couch. If you want to refurbish your couch, you can bring them to us.
Okay.
Yes.
And currently, are you only based in Windhoek, or?
Yeah, we're only in Windhoek.
Okay. Are they plans for expansion, or what happens if clients perhaps want to get goods that are out of?
No, we courier.
You courier.
Yeah.
Okay.
We even courier for Europe, any.
Okay.
Yes.
And in terms of your clients, have you ever had or what is one of the biggest clients that you can reflect on, where you had a big job that you were really impressed with? I know that you really have a
we have a lot of big companies that are supporting it.
Okay.
Especially Wilderness Safari.
Okay.
Quad Construction. And we have Safari, Desert Kahaya, we have Osco Kahaya, we have Savannah Car Rental, we have Hino, Toyota Hino. We do a lot.
Okay.
Yeah,
and
some of them I cannot even mention them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And maybe people might be wondering, what sets you apart from other upholstery businesses? Because we do know there are a couple of them out there. What makes yours unique?
Quality.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so you prioritize
on quality. Yeah.
Okay.
And we are not in competition of anyone.
Okay.
We do what we like.
Okay.
Yes.
And in terms of expansion, are you planning on relocating to any other towns, or for now it's only you're gonna be based in Windhoek?
We are only based in Windhoek, but in future, yeah, we can even move to Swagop or North any.
Okay.
Yes.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, that concludes us to another episode of Career Chronicles. If you missed this episode, you can always catch the repeat on oneup2.com. From myself, Elliot Ipinge, and see you next week, same time, same place. Good night.